Hello, thanks for watching the video. So I have this Toyota Camry that I drive every day. Don't put a whole lot of miles on it, really just kind of around town. And I'd say probably 25 miles maybe a day. So here's what's been happening for, probably the last year or so. Yeah, I know it's got an oil leak, but I just haven't taken the time to really take a look at it and see what's going on. I'm assuming that it's going to be like some seals. So that's kind of the reason I've been waiting, is because I know it's going to require, timing belt being replaced, water pump and all that to get to those seals. So where I park it at, I really can't see the oil leak because I've got this black mat under here, and that absorbs it. And so it's never on the carport. So what I'm going to do today is try to get an idea of where it's actually, a rough idea, a close idea, I guess, close enough to where it's coming from, because it could be the valve cover. That's leaking as well, I think, but the amount of oil that you just saw there is probably not going to be the valve cover. So I'm going to try to get an idea by putting some cardboard down. So that's what we're going to do. So I gotta be better to have some new. So it would be better to have new cardboard. But what we're going to be looking for is wet oil dripping as soon as I start this car up. So this should work just fine. Now what I'm going to do also is kind of put it, we'll put it, you know what, we're going to go ahead and stretch it out like this, so it goes from wheel to wheel, pretty much from wheel to wheel. Now I'm thinking it's going to be over here on the passenger side. We'll see. So let's go ahead and start it up. Thought I'd be seeing some dripping, but I don't. So we'll let it run there for a little bit, and I'll turn it off, and then we'll pull the cardboard out and take a look at it. I'll probably let it run for a few minutes. Alright, so as soon as I turned the camera off, got back under and started looking, and you can see the leak. So that's kind of what I expected. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move it out and probably take a wheel off. Alright, we're going to try to pinpoint it a little more. So what I'm doing now is still have the cardboard under there. I was going to move the car out and work outside, but I think we'll do that in the carport here. Be alright. What I'm doing is I'm going to jack up this passenger side front, and we're going to remove the wheel. Alright, wheel removed, and there's our oil. Now we can double check and make sure it is oil if you're not certain. And if you get to the point like me where you continue to add oil, it's actually going to be pretty clean, because it just goes right through. Now we're going to take this skirt off and get an even better, closer look at the oil leak. So got a 10mm socket. Might not even have to remove that other one. Yeah, we'll remove it. All right, with the skirt removed, we have the crankshaft pulley here, or harmonic balancer. And you can see there's a lot of oil right back here. There's an oil pump behind that, and there's a gasket that is notorious for leaking. It shrinks after age, and that could be what it is. There is a seal behind the crankshaft seal behind this pulley that could be leaking as well, and it would be coming out over here as well. And this is the 2.4 liter engine, a 4-cylinder. There is a camshaft seal under the cover here, and if that's leaking, then it would also drip down to that behind that crankshaft that we were just looking at. So with the cover on here, it would lead it right back down to where we just were looking at. So that's 3 culprits of where the oil leak is coming from. Now, see, it's not leaking if the engine's not running. So that that tells us that more than likely it's one of these, probably the pump. But let's go ahead and start it, and we'll watch it drip. I'm sure it'll be a valley that just goes right down here. But let's take a look. Alright, it may take a while. I just started it. There goes the dripping. So yeah, that's a pretty bad leak. I've been procrastinating because I figured, I knew that it was going to be one of those seals. And to replace any of those seals, we've got to take the timing belt off. And, that's something kind of got to set aside as far as time goes, because it's, unless you've done it many times, it's gonna take a little while to do. I've got to order the parts. Still dripping a little bit. So yeah, just a way to kind of get a really good idea of where the leak's coming from and what to expect. It can be other things as well. It could be like a main seal near the bell housing of the transmission. And of course, there's a possibility it could be the gasket on this oil pan right here. But what are the chances of it, dripping out like that right there at that one point? So yeah, more than likely it's going to be behind this pulley here. It's going to be that seal. It's going to be the oil pump, which is behind here. The oil pump gasket, or the camshaft. Behind the camshaft pulley, there's a seal up here where I showed you. So kind of prepare for that. I'm going to have to buy a kit. I found the best way is to buy a kit that has the belt, a water pump, seals included, and generally doesn't cost as much, and they're pretty good parts. I think ASIN is what I'll probably look for. When you do all this, you want to make sure that you're getting good parts, OEM replacement parts for this car. is you're going to have to take, or I'm going to have to take this off, this cover and all of this. And so once you take all that apart, you want to make sure that everything's replaced, water pump as well. You really don't want to go back in there if you can help it. As far as valve cover gasket, that's a possibility. Mine's not leaking wet, and if it was leaking, dripping down like we saw, it would be more centrally located of a leak. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope it's been helpful. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing to buy a kit and make some time to do all this replacement. I'm really getting tired of having to clean this stuff up. That's really what's motivating me. Is I hate seeing my driveway like this continuously. As soon as I wash it off and clean it, we've got this drip every day. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Until next time, have a nice day out there and take care.